Welcome, my subscribers. Welcome, viewers. Wherever you're watching from, I want to welcome you to Afro Celeb TV. Today, we are talking about the presentation of the budget to joint National Assembly by the President of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu. There have been a lot of reaction concerning this budget, especially during the presentation. We saw the president goofing again. You know, sometimes I begin to ask myself, is it that these speeches are not well written? We saw that happen in Edo State, where the president was trying to pronounce amount of money, the budget for next year. And we saw how he goofed. And so many people, there was a lot of reaction. People say so many things, said so many things about him. Now, our own president again, he don't goof. And this one is even somehow, I don't know if I'll call it slip of the tongue, because there is actually a speech that has been written out. They don't write out this speech. Now to just go there, go read this thing. What is happening? Is it that we don't have leaders that are sound upstairs? Of course, we know that mistake can always occur. Nobody's above mistake. But this kind of mistake get as it be. It get as it be. And this is not the first time we're having leaders that have been making this kind of mistake. You know, when you look at the history of Nigerian leadership, it has been one goof or the other. You know, we've had a situation where even a sitting president cannot mention the name of the party on which platform he was elected to become a president. Just imagine, somebody will be president now, party way for win, become president, and when they ask him the name, if he talk the name. You know, I want you to watch the reaction of the Arise TV crew, especially Rufai, my guy. This guy not a forehand. Just watch his reaction. You know how he reacted over the goof of the president in the budget presentation, which was done on Wednesday here. Make you listen to Rufai, because our president forehand. Can you just imagine somebody that is elected, an elected sitting president, it does not know that this assembly is 10th National Assembly and not 11th. 10th National Assembly and not 11th. They address them as 11th National Assembly. And the people were clapping for him. Sometimes I begin to wonder our level of eye service in this country. Somebody has goofed. You are applauding the person. Anyway, maybe they're just trying to cover him up. But that is our level of eye service. And they were clapping for him. They were singing for him. On your mandate, we shall stand. Well, I don't want to talk much. Please just watch this video and drop your comment on the comment section. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so that whenever we drop an update, you can be notified. Turn on the notification bell icon also. Thank you very much. Just watch.
On Wednesday, President Bola Tinubu presented the 2025 appropriation bill of 49.7 trillion naira to a joint session of the 10th National Assembly in Abuja. While concluding his presentation, the president mistakenly addressed the joint session as the 11th National Assembly. Well, a lawmaker immediately corrected the president following an uproar by the sitting members. While reacting to the lawmakers, President Tinubu said the error implies that members of the 10th Assembly were all re-elected. Let's take a look.
I hereby present the 2025 budget to the joint section of the 11th National Assembly. 10th? I wrote 11. Which means you are all re-elected.
On your mandate we shall stand, Rufai. Ayo, what happened to the president here? I mean...
So I watched the live broadcast.
Okay.
And I saw that. So immediately he said, first of all, there were many cringe moments, you know, at the yesterday that I thought maybe shouldn't have happened. For instance, the singing of "On Your Mandate We Shall Stand," almost like an anthem. You know, I'm sure that we have a diverse mix of people in the House, not only APC members. So it'll be interesting to see what the other party members have to say, or their parties have to say about them. You know, all of them singing on their mandates. But aside that, the moment he said 11th, I thought, no, I'm sure this is the 10th Assembly. And immediately, in fairness to the president, immediately he was able to catch himself when they said, when, you know, there was like heckling.
What was he supposed to do? I don't understand.
He was smart, like his comeback was smart. So him saying you're already elected was a comeback to say that maybe he was being prophetic by saying that if he was speaking to the same set of people in the 11th Assembly, then it must mean that they were all elected, re-elected.
The president has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, he has a great sense of humor, and he has, so I mean, kudos to him, but I do think that whoever wrote that speech ought to get an official query.
But he come back for the person that wrote the speech, Rufai.
He's a good team player.
I mean, maybe to say the least, there are lots of speeches that purely under this administration that have been written that are just lies, too much lies. Which one can I remember? I mean, we're talking about one today when we were talking about the fact that they are cleared ways and means, which was not true. In fact, another one they said we have brought in FDI of 25 billion, which is not true. You know, there are many things. So, but like Ayo said, he gave a good comeback, you know, but he's not the one that's going to determine if they're going to be re-elected. I'm sure those lawmakers know that they have to go through a very strong electoral process and everything. And on your mandate, we shall stand thing. It's distasteful, I should say.
All right.
But Ayo, you're also making the point as regards, you know, there are other varying members of the National Assembly. Yes, but also in the National Assembly, where most of even the Labour Party lawmakers have defected, they have defected to the APC, and nothing is happening.
Yes, that happened.
And that's the shocking part, you know. So you see that people will just be defecting in this country. You will go on a platform, you will fight for election on a platform, then you will defect. Then nothing will happen to you because you are in the party.
All right.
Yeah,
Dr. Abati, it was for me the round of applause when President Tinubu said that you are all re-elected. I mean, what were they trying to, you know, are they excited or are they just trying to cover up the hole?
Well, humor is part of the tools of politicking. And I think that the president was being humorous there.
Yes.
He knows that these politicians, all of them, members of parliament, belong to different constituencies. And they will either win or lose in 2027, essentially on their own steam. He's not in a position to dictate whether they will come or not.
Yes.
And that was why they all laughed and all of that. Now, the people who sang On Your Mandate We Stand, it's commonsensical. Even the British Assembly, in the House of Commons, you know, if your party is in the majority, they will hear you. They will even crowd out.
Do they play
No, they may not sing.
In the parliament.
But they can stand, they can clap, they can say here, here, and they will crowd out the opposition. The only thing in Nigeria is that I would not be surprised even if members of the opposition join in making that, you know, singing that
I saw them
national
now.
anthem.
Did you?
So that's the way politics
singing.
goes in Nigeria.
Yes, absolutely.
But the main substance of the presentation yesterday, beyond the, you know, side humor and all of that, is the budget itself. It is the budget that we should all be concerned about. And some of those issues, we have raised them in our conversation with Tanimu Yakubu. You know, issues about are they going to fund the budget? You know, the distribution. Why is it that defense and security gets lion's share? Right. What is actually, you know, the projection for 2025? Why did they fail to meet the calendar? These are the more serious-minded issues. As for the humor, politicians will laugh, but I think Nigerians need to take a look again at that budget before the National Assembly rubber stamps it. Because all that conviviality is an indication of, you know, the fact that they will rubber stamp it. Even Senator Akpabio is already praising the budget.
Yes, he's praising it, and he even praised Tinubu because I had a story of him saying that
his any more money to that budget too. We are begging.
I was saying,
it's not that you go to the National Assembly and they will pad it too.
I was talking about Akpabio. He said that, you know, the Tinubu administration is doing so well with his infrastructure, and that Abuja is now now like London.
Yeah, maybe before cities. I was like,
It's
oh,
now
okay.
like London.
Well, first
But
check
Tinubu-
that Senator Godswill
Yes.
Akpabio has been to London, and he knows London very well. Because
knows
many
London.
of our leaders, you know, they will come from their village.
Yes.
They will go to the National Assembly, or they will go to Abuja, and they may not actually know this London. You can't go to Peckham and
right.
Camberwell, and you come and say, you know, the infrastructure in London is the same as in Nigeria.
You are very
There's a
violent.
difference, so but we are not in a position to know
Yeah.
how well,
Okay.
you know, the senator knows London.
London, all right.
For him to be able to say Abuja is better than London.
than London.
I've been to London many times. I don't think we can compare Abuja
right.
to London.
Okay, that's a question for Senator, for the Senate President, Godswill
No, he
Akpabio.
says it's better. He says
No, it's
looking like.
looking
He's looking like London. That is what he said.
Does it look like
He
London?
says
But
looking
it's
like
fair point.
London.
Which
Hold on.
part of London?
Yeah.
You know, London has many parts.
There is no part of London that looks like that looks
Okay,
like
okay, that's a question for the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. Dr. Ruben Abati wants to know if you have been to London.
How will you say that now? People that are probably
Calm down, let's go to our next.
No.
All right,
On this Senate President Akpabio, I support.
all right.
What are you saying? Senate President, don't go to London. What are you saying?
Okay,
Dr.
okay,
Abati?
Rufai,
Stop
we have to
that.
move on. We have to move
Mr.
on.
Akpabio, I'm with you.
All right, we have to move on. All right. Well, after